Hey, welcome back, viewer. Have you been watching the craziness going on in Minneapolis and with the left's response to ICE? Of course, if you've seen anything on my channel, I've talked about this stuff. So, okay, I just watched. I've seen. If you haven't seen it, go and watch. Don Lemon and a bunch of I don't know what you call them, like criminal agitators posing as protesters, go and disrupt a church service, and he's totally in on it. I mean, it looks like he's totally in on it with them. He knows about it. He's there to be a part of it. He's participating in the agitation. He talks about protests should make people uncomfortable and should disrupt things. He's going up and talking to the pastor. He's gaslighting.
Spreading the love of Jesus.
But did you try to talk to them as a Christian?
No one is willing to talk.
Okay.
I have
total gaslighting about what this situation is. They're obviously there to simply scream at people and make a scene and disrupt this thing. It's totally outrageous. It's totally against the law. You can't go into some place like that. You can't go into a church, into somebody's house of worship, and start making a scene like that. Totally disrupting the event. Like, obviously broken the law. He does it on camera. He's having himself filmed as he does it. I hope he and all those protesters there, they're all on video. I hope they all go to jail. I hope they get charged. I hope they get whatever jail or prison time is appropriate for that kind of crime. There needs to be consequences for this kind of crap. The left just keeps agitating. They keep escalating. They're like, they keep like riling themselves up to do even more. And he's out on his channel calling ICE Nazis.
And so you stupid, dumb, ignorant, poorly educated, Proud Boys, Nazis marching through whatever it is you are.
He's calling them Nazis.
And crap like that. All the same stuff that stirred the pot, leading to Tyler Robinson killing Charlie Kirk. It's all the same stuff. There's no self-reflection. There's no repentance. There's no let's turn down the heat. Is there any significant voices on the left telling people that they need to calm this down? Is there any significant media? Hollywood people, politicians from the left? All I can think of is, I'm spacing his name right now. It's John Fetterman. I couldn't think of it. It was John Fetterman. They keep riling themselves up to commit further things. I watched a video yesterday. There's a whole group of people just following a guy through like a parking garage, harassing him, intimidating him, trying to move him out of there. The hypocrisy of these people is through the roof. Intimidating, harassing people, committing criminal behavior, committing assaults against people. I saw one, they busted a guy's head. I saw one where they were dragging this guy. I think he was one of the people there to actually do some journalism, and I think it was Nick something. No, it wasn't Nick Shirley. I think it was a different Nick, but dragging him along. I think they stole his camera, and he's getting dragged along their car as they're driving away, and I'm not sure if he was being held onto the car or holding onto it. They're getting just, they're doing the same thing they did in 2020 with BLM. They have this capacity with the defense of the media and their own politicians to ratchet up the violence, to ratchet up their own behavior and give themselves a pass for it. They turn the heat up and down with the dial of how malevolent and criminal they're willing to be for their cause. And I have no doubt that it's getting funded too. That some of those people are probably paid, because there's things where you see like the same people will be called out that they're the same people as at other protests. But I'm sure a lot of them are just, I don't even know. I mean, how are you out there you don't have a job to go to, you don't have something to do, you're out there being just an agitating bum, out there just to harass people, go follow ICE around, take your kids. I mean, geez. What is wrong with these people? Who are they going to for therapy? Because it isn't working. It's out of control. And the hypocrisy of these people. They want to drive out American law enforcement and harass people who are calling them out. You know, there's people who, I love that there's counter protesters. They're holding up signs of real American citizens who have been murdered, women who have been murdered by illegal aliens. And the left isn't protesting for that. No, they prefer the criminals. They prefer the cartel guys. They prefer the guys who were intentionally sent here, released from prisons in friggin' Venezuela or whatever. They just prefer the criminal, whatever that may be. They're colonized, like Don Lemon say, colonized thugs, and saying they're not trained. Like the gaslighting. The leftist protesters are out there. The rioters, the criminal agitators are out there harassing, bullying people, throwing things, fighting, destroying things, blocking streets, intimidating people. They are being the thugs. They are being the Nazi brown shirts. They are being the sorts of people that are the enforcers under totalitarian communist regimes. They're going, oh, he's not one of us. Oh no, that guy's okay. He's one of us. Like, what a dystopian hellscape they are creating in Minneapolis. It's like they've ruined Seattle. They've ruined Oregon. Mamdani is going to take New York into new lows that will be extraordinary to see. LA is probably a mess too. I think I've seen videos of the same kind of left-wing violence going on there, of criminal agitation being called protest. The Democrats just turn cities into dystopian hellholes. And then out one side of their mouth they say no kings, and out the other side of their mouth they want massive bureaucracy ruling over them in every way. They want censorship of everything. They want to disarm you and the police, and simultaneously want criminals to be able to do whatever they want. And then they hold up criminals as their martyrs. You hear them saying like with Renee Good, say her name, and she had kids and family and how sad for them and things like this. It's like, where was all of this when Charlie Kirk was actually murdered? Renee Good was not murdered. Renee Good was shot by an ICE officer defending himself as she attempted to run him over. As she gleefully, amusingly was smiling in the window, you can see in camera right before it happens, amused that she was doing these actions, amused that she was there disrupting ICE from getting criminals. That's the last video of her expression, is thinking that this is some game. being amused by it, amused that she'd be driving her car towards an officer as she resists arrest and gets shot for it and gets killed because of it. That's not murder. That's all on camera. And the left and people like Don Lemon don't even care. They're making up their own reality. You can't reason with that. It's a good thing we've got video, because imagine if we didn't. Holy cow, if we didn't have video. But even with video, these people don't care. They're so unhinged that they don't care, and that's scary. And we're dealing with delusion here. Unreal. It is unreal what's going on. I hope Trump reins it in. I hope Trump sends the National Guard or Marines in there or something. These people need to be reined in. The politicians involved in defending these riots need to be arrested. The notion of government intentionally being allowed to tell law enforcement to not enforce the law, that would be like if the government just turned off the water. They said, we're not going to deliver water there. It'd be like if they told the fire department, well, don't go fight fires in that part of town. Like, that would be surely criminal on some levels. So tell law enforcement, don't go enforce the laws and let this lawlessness happen. If that's not a crime, it certainly should be. I hope they nab these people on something. I hope they investigate the fraud. And I hope that these violent these violent agitating Marxist rioters, I hope they get arrested and go to jail and get prison time for what they're doing. They're breaking the law. They need to be punished for it. I hope there's justice. All right. That's all I got for now. See ya.